Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Guide you through the process, no way you can lose. You need the credit.
Why, hello everyone, this is Uncle James here with the video. Now, in this video, we're going to look at what is the interest rate for a car loan when you have bad credit. Now, let's say you find yourself in a position where your income has been reversed, and as a result of that, your debt is more than the income that you have coming in. And so you're going to have to look at some things and decide what you're going to get rid of, okay? And so let's say you decided to get one of those largest expenses, and that would be the car payment. Probably the highest expense would be your rent or your mortgage payment. And then the next highest would probably be your car payment. So let's say you decided to get rid of the car that you currently have, and you decided that you want to go and purchase a vehicle that would fit into your budget. And so you found this Kia Soul 2015 Kia Soul, all right? Now, auto rates, the loans. Now, it's based on, okay, now this is your credit score, your credit score, and this is subprime, prime, non-prime, subprime, and then deep subprime. Now, because you found yourself in this situation where you could no longer make all your financial obligations, you was not able to service your debt, you will probably find yourself somewhere subprime or deep subprime. Now, this is the credit score. Keep in mind, the lower your credit score, the more you're going to pay for the loan, the higher the interest rate would be. Okay, now, this is the possible interest rates. This is a suggestion, okay? If you have good credit, your interest rate will be about here. If you have what is called subprime credit, your credit, the interest rate will be kind of around about here. Now, so let's go over the details for this Kia Soul. So you found the Kia Soul, you found the used vehicle. We just happen to be using a Kia Soul in this example. So you found the vehicle. This is the sales price. This is the amount that they're asking for a down payment, okay? And so this is the balance that is due once you subtract the down payment. Document fees, this is how much they're going to charge you to do the documents. Gap insurance, what they call a gap waiver. This is in the event something happens to the vehicle and you have what's called the contract value and the actual value. Sometimes the contract value is more than the actual value of the vehicle. And so a lot of dealerships will require you to pay the contract value and not the actual value. And so this gap covers the difference between the two, between the contract price and the actual price, all right? And now when this occurs, this is also referred to as your vehicle is upside down. You owe more on the vehicle than what it's worth, but you can get this gap that will cover that difference. So you had this amount financed, $11,204. This is the amount that was financed. Now, so let's look at the terms here. So you had financed $11,000. Now this is the APR. This is a high APR, but you found yourself in a position where you really didn't have a choice. You need a vehicle to get around. And so keep in mind, you would keep this vehicle for about no more than a year, at which point you would seek to get it refinanced, or you would sell it, okay? So this is an extremely high interest rate, but sometimes people find themselves in a position where you have no choice. You need a vehicle to get around, and so you decided to do this. Your semi-monthly payments now, a lot of places like this, they're going to require that you do semi-monthly payments versus monthly payments. In some places that you get a deal like this, they're going to require weekly payments. It just depends on what strategy they're utilizing. And so semi-monthly payments, which means you pay twice a month, and this is the amount that you would pay twice a month. All right. And here are the number of payments: 84 semi-monthly payments. Now, here is the total finance charge for that, $5,047. This is the total finance charge for this $11,000 vehicle that you had financed. Okay. Now, the total payback, this is what you're going to pay back, $16,251 if you allow the loan to go its course, or what they call to mature. If you allow the loan to mature, then this is what you would have paid over that period of time. Now, here are the finance charges if you allow the loan to mature. So you have to decide, am I going to let this loan mature, or will I end it early? Okay. I would suggest that you would end this loan early, get it refinanced, or sell it because this interest rate is too high for a consistent period of time. But you should be able to get this APR lowered within 9 months to a year. Okay, so here we are. I'm ending this video. Now I want to remind you that success leaves clues, and it does. Success does leave clues. You must become a person that takes massive action every day, every day, every day, massive action. Also remember that when your income, when your debts or your bills are more than the income, then you're going to have to make some decisions. And you're going to have to start cutting back, and you're going to have to get rid of some things. You must have money left over after you have serviced your debt, after you have paid your bills. Now, this is the only way of creating wealth. You do not spend all of your money. You just don't do that. You always put a little bit aside. Sometimes, depending on where you are, you may discover that you're only able to do a small percentage of your income. But over a period of time, that percentage should increase. All right. Now, success leaves clues. Now, one other thing I would like to say is you must become a person and take massive action. No excuses. Massive action. No excuses. No 0 days. No cheat days. What does that mean? Every day you will do something that will bring you closer to your goal. Every day, something closer to your goal. Now, I would like to say this. There's a book out there that has a lot of promises, and it's referred to as the Great History Book. It has been translated into many different languages. And within this book, it has a lot of promises. One of the promises I would like to bring to your attention is this. It talks about how we can live 120 years of age. And that is my declaration, that I will live to be at least 120 years of age, eyesight not abated, climbing up a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. It is my desire to have a good quality life at the age of 120. Now, also in this book, it talks about how you can have what you say, how you can speak to the mountains, you can speak to the rock. You don't hit the rock, you speak to it. And as a result of you speaking to it, you can have what you say, the rock or the mountain must obey. So you declare these things. This becomes your declaration. And this is my declaration, that I will live to be 120 years of age, eyesight not abated. Another declaration that it has there is, I am more than a conqueror. Now, you need to see yourself as being more than a conqueror. You're not just a conqueror, but you are more than a conqueror. All things work together for my good. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the just. These are just some of the promises. Say to the mountain, be thou removed and cast not, and it shall be cast into the sea. These are some examples of the promises that are mentioned in this book. So, let me speak this blessing over you. Until we meet again, may the Lord continue to bless you. May he smile upon you. May he grant you his favor. May he continue to give you his peace. And may he also continue to enlarge our territory. This has been Uncle James. Have a great day. Take care now.
Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Guide you through the process, no way you can lose.